Hi everyone, my name is Dashi, and today's video let's talk about the Commander's skill, mostly for Battleship. So, mostly you may notice that the Commander reward has been for a little while now, more than a year now. I think, maybe I forgot, but maybe half a year, but yeah, I got any change. But let's just talk about it so you know what skill you do and mostly what skill type of thing it does. So, this video is mostly focus on Battleship. If it's skill and repeat again on Battleship, and let's go do it again. Just making sure that you know what it does. So, okay. So this will mostly explain what the skill does and how it works. And I'm not doing any recommend. The recommend will be in the other video. So this was mostly focusing on the skill, what it does. So I'm gonna make sure I pick a commander that has no skill points, so at least make it more easy to looking at. Yeah, it took a little while. I'm just gonna put the attack over here. So let's explain first over here with Exploder. By the way, that didn't change the gun feeder, so that's just the shell switch between when you shell switch from the AP to AT, while AP is already loaded, and we switch AT, it will be cut in half reload speed. If you switch from AT to AP, that may also mean that the switch was AT is loaded, switch AP, you click that, double click the AP shell type, it will cut you half real speed, so it will be 15, so pretty much. That is pretty much the half loading speed, so just to get a little second thought to see which shell you want to use. Okay, that's pretty much all. That is pretty easy. Reduce shell reload time. You can tell shell type. By the way, this does not trigger the torpedo. So, well, that's Yamaki right now, but it isn't affecting. If you have the main guns, and you do not change anything to the secondary, so because that doesn't have any same shell type. So, by the way, autonomy fire mode does not change. So, yeah. No, except the part of shell striking that's still affecting. It's just the autonomy fire mode does not trigger those skill. So, keep going. Concealment Expert. By the way, increase your fire chance by 1 for your main gun, the fire chance for your secondary system, and then the ammo explosion radiation when attacking the submarine, so that's a 50% increase. And it's more for HE stand, pretty much. So, yeah, there you go. It's just 1% extra, so, but it's a Battleship. If you're secondary build, you go for it, but mostly you don't really use that skill too much, so keep going. Okay, next we got the Consumable Specialist. By the way, this one is pretty much just to reduce the charging speed for some of the consumable. By the way, not all of them, just remember, not all consumable, only for the specialists only. Like the fighter type, spotter type, a defense A system, main battle reload system, and then torpedo reload system. And by the way, for the Battleship, there are only fighter, spotter, and then defense A for some of it, and then main battle reload booster for you. That's all. Torpedo doesn't even have it, so it doesn't even matter. So this thing is not really worth it to picking up. So, keep going. We have the emergency repair specialist over here that just allow you to have a faster charging speed for your damage control and then your repair party. And that's all. That by the way, that's only 3% reduction. It means 2 seconds, maybe 2, 3, 4, 5. It's mostly 2-3 seconds, that's all, pretty much. So then it will make a little, but it depends on how much you use it. If you don't use a lot, that does not change anything. So yeah, it's you can bake it or not, different. So, and then we got the incoming fire alert. So allowing you to warning shot before when they firing the guns at you. Any fire with a gun fired over than 4.5 kilometer range, it'll give you a warning. Will tell you that there's one ship just shoot a shovel on you, or they fire guns at you. So yeah, but that also includes a continued fire mode too. So yeah, any radar more than 4.5 kilometer range. So yeah, too close, it doesn't matter. By the way, the non-infrared torpedo, do by the plane, not infected by the plane, torpedoes, submarines, or pretty much secondary, only for main guns. So here it goes. By the way, this thing do not fight in the Battleship because it does not do anything to the Battleship. While it's just staying in long range, so aim fire gun, you slow down yourself and just turn. So yeah, that's all. But otherwise, this is not gonna be good for you. Do not pick that one for your Battleship. Well, even for Battleship, it's fine because you got speed, but it's just not worth it. So keep going. We got next one over here. We got a permanent mainstay over here. This one's a little special, since you're gonna need it with Battleship. So So what it does is reduce the risk of main battery, torpedo 2, steer gear, and engine incapacity. By the way, do not affect the A system, do not affect the secondary. These are modules, so they're actually not special the secondary system, so it doesn't matter. These are affecting the gameplay system. So your main gun, your torpedo, and your steer and engine system. So I would just say, recommend pick this one for the battleship since your turret might get out 3 times, your sticker might get out 3 times by torpedo, or still your engine get knocked out, or pretty much your torpedo get knocked out. Some battlefield have torpedoes, so here it goes. Yeah, and yeah, that's pretty much all. Let's go and click that one. Now let's get to the second row right here. We got second row over here. Now this is point 2. So now let's get to the first one. Reach the gears. By the way, that allows you to get your main battery travel speed faster, increase 20% increase turn speed. By the way, it's really good for the battleship. Let me just tell you. So it's really good. You're gonna need this one for your battleship, especially when close range or doing a U-turn. This is helping a lot of it. So I recommend you pick that one. It's really good. So yeah. Okay, second one we got the IFHE. More of a I don't want to say that name, you just say just IFHE. So skip that out the long name. So just give it a nickname instead. Allow you to increase your penetration of the allows you to increase your HE penetration by 25%. By the way, they nerfed it from 40% to 25 for a long time now. So, but the cost is cut your fire chance to half. So that's kinda not good. So unless your secondary build that you want some penetration for your secondary, then you might go for that. But that only for French. And since French secondary for battleship are actually smaller penetration, so they might need an average to get more better penetration. But I recommend just have a better fire chance. So I'll say not going for this unless you're a British battleship or a German battleship that just only fire HE. So these actually help you a lot of it. So otherwise, don't pick this up. So, okay, keep going. We got the Brisk. That just not worth it. Don't even think about picking this up unless you're playing incompatible. Otherwise, do not pick this up. It's just not worth it. Here's the thing. That is like a destroyer skill 4 points in a tier skill 2. So, seems like it's very broken, right? But not really. Well, here's the thing. What it does is increase your ship speed when it's undetected. By the way, you're a battleship. Unless you're a Battlecruiser that has small concealment, that's including the incompatible right there. Otherwise, it's not worth it. And by the way, that's only 10% of speed. It means 3 for 9. That's all. It's just not good. It's just nah. And by the way, you're mostly get detected because of the DD. So it's just not worth it. So don't take that. Don't take that skill. Do not. I repeat, do not take the skill. So okay, next we got the torpedo protection right here. So just I don't know how to say the name. So here it goes. Okay, keep going. Cost 2 points. And by the way, what it does is extend the torpedo range for spotting pretty much. Well, even while hydro range concealment is activated. By the way, that do increase the hydro range is spotting range too. By the way, torpedo protection increase and also damage reduction. It means that's 7% increase the torpedo damage reduced. So it means that 7% cut down from the torpedo is not bad. And plus it's balanced. It means you mostly have a better torpedo protection right there. So it means that 7% reduced actually is not bad. So I kind of do recommend this one a little. And I do say that upper range, spotting range for torpedo is not bad too. So yeah, it's really good. And if you just don't know how to dodge, if it's just really bad torpedo dodging, just get this one and just you can dodge it a little early. So yeah, not bad at all. So I can say you can go for it. Not saying you do want it, not saying you must go for it. It's just a recommend skill a little. So by the way, we'll get it. Recommend skill. Okay, now primary target is a little different thing. I don't know about this skill, but you don't really need it. It just allows to tell you that how many people is targeting at you. That's good. But if you're a battleship, most of you will get targeted like more than 4 or 5. So not really need it. So primary target is not really required for this thing. Since it's a defense skill. So what it does is depending on how many people target at you, either 1 to it'll show how many people to target at you. So with your main gun. So yeah. Or they are targeting whatnot, you will not. So yeah. That's really all. That's all it is. 2-point skill. That's literally what's on that. Just telling you how many people shoot at you. So here we go. Yeah. Okay, next one. On the last skill 2 point right here, we got the A defense and ASW expert. So allows you to have a airstrike back charge damage increased by 10%. The charge damage increased by 10%. Kinetic damage increased 10%. And then damage for the ace shell explosion increased 10%. That's everything 10% for the AA and the submarine system. Pretty much in the submarine. Oh yeah, a lot of talk. So, I would say, not bad. If you hate CV or not, if you hate CV, build a build, that's not bad. So, or you hate submarine, so yeah. But I don't know, but you can't go for it's just too quick cost because if there's no submarine, there's no CV, it's just a user skill that's there sitting there for nothing. So here it goes. Very much. Yeah. Keep going. Now let's go for the skill 3 points. Okay, let's put that over here. So these are actually the really good 2 skill right there. So now, skill 3 points. We got first we got a super heavy AP shell. Allows you to increase main battery AP shell by 7.5%. I mean, they buffed it and it's still not kind of good. By the way, that do increase your CL damage, your pen damage, your overpen damage, and your non-pen damage. Don't even matter, that pen damage doesn't even happen because that does no damage. So here it goes. Yeah, is it right? So well, keep going. Okay, but as a cost, that will increase your fire extension time by 25%. It means you burn extra 25% more time. Extra time. And then your flooding recovery time and also increase it may just getting worse. So I mean you flooding more and also your fire so your fire time is getting increased and your flooding time increased. So it means as causing you doing more damage, that extra 27.5 damage for your AP shovel, you're taking more damage from fire flooding. And that's the damage content. So yeah, here it goes. It's a good skill, depending how you're gonna play it. So yeah, here it goes. Pretty much. And now let's go to a little special one. We got the long-range secondary battery shells. And this skill does increase your secondary battery range, firing range by 20%. That is all. There you go, easy skill, right? This is pretty much all. By the way, that do work all for Battleship, so there you go. All the Battleship pretty much almost the same thing. Secondary range, except German, French, and then Fukushima. They have their own secondary range, so here it goes. By the way, yes, I do say Fukushima. It means Fukushima has a completely different secondary range than the IJBB line, Japanese line, so Battleship line. So yeah, they're completely separate. Okay, keep going. On Zero Rush, recommend to scale pretty much of all your battleships. Say you have a repair priority, you let yourself burn, you repair, you basically have a faster reload gun, A damage, torpedo reload speed, and airstrike among reload time speed. So here you go, and your secondary too. Okay, what this does is every 1% damage you take damage each one you lost, increase your main battery, torpedo reload, airstrike among reload, secondary battery reload, and then consume reload by 0.2%. By the way, and it is no different since that's an increase to 0.2%. So otherwise reduct by 0.2%. So yeah, their reloading speed because it is more of a damage increase. So I just got along. So I'll keep going. It's good that you will most likely need it. Okay, next we got basic survivability. This one is a little choosable. Mostly, most Battleship will pick it, so here we go. We're gonna talk about that later in the video for the Battleship build, for the Pro, Noob, for the Style player, for the Puzzle player, and the playstyle, and then the Puzzle build. So that's what we need in the video. So, okay. So what it does is module restoration time. That's the repairing the engine steer gear, the engine, your main battery, your torpedo tube. So here it goes. That's pretty much the version, the different version of the Korean advancement right there. So, and then including the fire extension time by 15%, you reduce by 10%. So you mean you take less damage or burn. pretty much you still can burn, but you just take less burn time. So yeah, and the same for flying damage time too, reduce by 50%. So it's opposite version of the super heavy AP shell. Rather than increasing it, they let you burn more time or flying more time. This one reduce those time, so mostly burn less time and flying less time. And also increases the speed of your repair for your main battery system module system type. So here it goes. And then we got the improved repair party reading list. So not really worth it. So the way it does is improve the effort consumable each time you receive extra damage equal to the 1% hit point base XP. The hit point, I mean 1 base hit points right there. By the way, that this thing is the enchant of the repair party consumable reload time by 0.8%. That's the just not worth it. Because this skill is never been triggered. I never tried this skill and I don't really like it. Actually, just I don't know. The way they explain it is kind of a little weird. So the thing that with this thing does is the pretty much it just kind of it charges faster for your repair party. So that's a sweet point right there. It means that kind of costs a lot. I feel like I rather want this one as a 2 point. That actually kind of worth it, but the 3 points, not very sure. So yeah, because and it does is gonna get your repair party charged faster while you can use the next one. So, but I just rather pick the other one that are actually better. So here it goes. That's 3 point. I don't want to waste it just to get the faster charges. The reroll speed with the consumable that are very limit type. So okay, next one. We got the Focus Fire Train. That's the upgrade version of the A Defense and the ASW Expert. So, special thing is, got a little weird. But it's not upgrade anymore, but special version. The alternative version, this more of an alternative version, is that primary sector is actively pressing that button to develop more set about it while facing in direction of that aircraft attacking a hostile aircraft system. So, by the way, the thing is that airstrike amount reload speed reduced 10%. That means faster charging speed. Here it goes. And then number of shot explosion in ASL increased 1. So it added 1 extra explosion with a fire on the south right there. So it's like instead of the 6, you fire 7. Instead of 10, you fire 11 now. So the example is the Shikishima. Now I have the 10 cell right there, pretty much. But then I picked the Focus Fire Training right here. Now it says adding 1 extra one. Now it's fire 11 instead of 10. So here it goes. Also, one thing is that with this skill also picked it, Harmony Sector reinforcement is now increased 25%. So that is the primary sector reinforcement right here. That's pretty much the skill right there. But you adding 1, adding 4, you increase 25%, 25 right there. So yeah, that's adding an additional 25% into it. So that actually increased more. And then yeah, pretty much everything else stays same. Addition time, repair time still the same thing. They're the same time. So yeah, but I would say it's not bad though. I would say it's not bad. It's kind of good against carriers playing. So yeah, especially with the good A systems. She must really special about it. So yeah. Okay, let's go and keep on the Zero Rush right here. That's a really good skill. So now for the point 4 captain, this is the part that you will have to consider. You won't go for it or not because this costs a lot. So I'm gonna explain a little more detailedly for some of them, and you should even go for it now, and why you should go and why not should go for it a little bit. Okay, let's go for the one that they reward from the Deadeye thing. I hate that skill. So okay, do not add a Deadeye skill back to the game. No, I want it. There we go. And we got a little better one. By the way, if you didn't know, that this skill was supposed to be on the skill 4, and they decided to remove that, put this one here because that thing is not worth 4 points. So I rather put this on the 1 point. That's actually more better. But otherwise, this is a better one to give us. Furix right here. By the way, I'm not regretting how to say your name, but I'm just gonna call Furix right here. President Furix, there it goes. Yeah, the movie. So I didn't even watch Battleship Furix too much. So, well, keep going. What it does improve your ship characteristic for each activate fire on board ship That's total maximum 4. So each fire increases your reload. By the way, each fire this does is pretty much this is how mains. Main battle reload speed. Increase fast reload for 5%. So that means that is like 2 seconds, maybe 1-2 seconds, right? 1.2 seconds right there for the main battery because it's battleship. So here we go. But one of the things is that this is not just one. That's literally can stack each other. I mean, it's stack. It means your maximum fire is 4, and that means you get a 20% of the reduction for your main battery reload speed. That is like incredibly big. It's like you're having a sausage upgrade, but without the cost, but you get burn damage. So that's the it's a relative cost, and that's like 4% of your reload speed reloads over there. Your battleship, you want that faster reload gun so you can put as much output damage as possible to more damage. So yeah. Also, not just that, you also get additional bonus. This burn the enemy shell fire at you increase. That's like make the enemy battleship should actually more worse. More if you say called actually this for bigger. It makes it's a little small circle, and also a little bigger. Here it goes. By the way, that they do stack too. So it means the maximum can go is 20%. It means if you don't know what the disperse right here, you can look at the guns right here, and that will tell you what the disperse right there. You can see where they're at. Mostly the maximum disperse for the Shima is 249, and that makes 20%. That's like let's just do a math right here. So we have 209. Let's just say 249 right here, right? Let's do a math. 249 times 0.2. I mean 49.8. And then you add that thing to the 249. Almost like 300. It means this is actually good. It means it's pretty good wrapped up. So yeah, and that also increase your reload speed of main gun. So it means it's a good. It's the downside is that you do have to require base on fire. You do not want to damage control. That's a downside, but for somewhere they actually like to be on fire. Like me, I like to be on fire. So I do not need damage control. So I like to be on fire. I like to get my missile repair. So yeah. Actually help me out. And also that trigger, that fire also trigger the adrenaline rush right there. It means yeah, they literally give each other the boost right there. So yeah, there it goes. Okay, let's keep going. It's a really good skill that you should pick, mostly for the battleship player. Unless a player that don't like to be on fire, then don't use that skill. So well, next one we got the manual control system for the secondary battery aiming system. By the way, that's the manual control secondary. Meaning you do have to require be click on the enemy to get the skill up. Otherwise, if you forgot to do that clicking system on the secondary, then it won't trigger. Well, except the permanent effect that was still gonna be triggered. It's just the activation one just not triggered. But with I'm gonna explain the skill how it works. It's with the first effect, that permanent effect. Secondary reload speed, for 10%, that increases 10%, and that's mostly fast reload speed, right at 10%. Massive secondary disperse is 10%, so I mean that's so small disperse circle right there. So here it goes. So mostly better reload speed, better disperse right there. So, and now the part that mostly confuse the player literally the most, because look at that big heavy text that you require to be a level 5. I mean, a good beautiful English level, and then level 1 right now, level 0. So let's just say the easy way to explain it is only when you put the secondary target on the enemy ship, that's only one target allowed. So you can put one target. Otherwise, if you switch another ship, that target is removed and switch the other one. And you put that target on there. And for doing that 15 seconds, for doing that time, secondary should keep shooting at it. By the way, it'll take a little while to make sure the maximum accuracy right there disperse. So after 45 seconds, you actually will be maximized to 50% for this disperse. To me, that's more with so the circle is getting smaller each time. So here it goes. Here's the problem with that. it takes to 45 seconds. It means not just literally wait for 40 seconds. It's every 1 second increase the making this bird better. So it means it's slowly getting to that 50% reduction right there for circle smaller, getting smaller. So that after they get to reach the maximum level of 45 seconds, so when you get to that maximum part of the life, that's the part where it's good. That's the good part of it. But here's the problem though. When you switch to non-target, that 8% will get reset. Mostly most EPC attacks, when the primary target is changed, 8% of the accuracy will preset it. It means that's a problem. That will reset its accuracy again. But the 80% is just gone. That's a problem. But otherwise, that 20% will stay there. And also, one is if the secondary do not fire that during that 15 second, it will reset. There it goes. By the way, if you didn't know what it means, accuracy will decrease if the gun are firing for 15 seconds or the primary target is changed. That's or it means, yeah, that's the or is for the second one too. So yeah, it means that 50 seconds after 50 seconds, if the secondary did not shoot anything, it get reset. So that's the thing. So yeah, it's a confusing skill, but if you do a lot about secondary build, I mean you just know how it works. So I use that secondary build a lot, so I just used to it. So if you're a Battleship, you can use a secondary gun because if without them, you're not gonna deal with the DD thing. So there it goes. Well, the crucial thing that our Battleship was too close. So okay, keep going. Now we got the third skill, close quarter combat. I mean, this is not skill only talk really long. Think about this one, I will get more confusing, maybe just a little bit. So, the easy way to explain is close quarter combat is that it's for close range only. By the way, it's not for long range, it's not for mid range, it's really for close range. And also, this build, and it work if you are a secondary build. Otherwise, it's not worth it. So it means you acquire this skill and this skill to make a skill work. Or maybe without this skill, but actually you're gonna need that one since you're going to secondary build, so you have to get that one. And then you're gonna need this one. So what this skill does is increase the real speed of the main battle gun after the enemy has been spotted within the secondary range. By the way, that's your maximum secondary range that you have right now. That including the pretty much it's just the maximum range of the secondary increase the module, but do not fire by the skill. It means I'm not meaning the command skill. I mean alternative fire mode. That's the handover right there. That alternative fire mode increases to the 14.5 kilometer range. That do not trigger the skill. I mean that still stays as 12.5. So remember that thing do not trigger. So keep going. Increase mostly this is how it works. So increase the real speed if the enemy ship is spotted in your secondary range. That's even though the secondary range is not firing, like enemies behind the island was spotted, your gun is still really going to reload faster since it's been spotted while in your secondary range. So because it does not trigger when your secondary is firing. By the way, one thing, changing secondary range will indicate by the effect of a temporary module do not taken into account. I mean that's the handover alternative fire mode system mode. That's the special ability right there. So real skill. So there it goes. So that 10% reduction real speed increase is not bad. I would say kind of like the Furious have a different effect. It requires instead of fire on your ship. It requires a ship that spot in your secondary range. So within your secondary range or your maximum range of your secondary range. So here it goes. Any part of range. So between. So and also that's like too far on the Furious right there. So here it goes. Okay, keep going. Next one, you can need this one. Emergency Repair Expert. But here's the problem though. This is actually a Nerf version from the previous World Commander. If you didn't know, this is just the Superintendent right there in the slot 3. By the way, Wargaming, why did you put that as a skill for this? It hurts me a lot. Well, here it goes. I'm gonna explain the skill a little in this better way, but even though it's an easy way, all you need to know is actually the time for the repairability increase 50%. There it goes. And for the charge for the repairability increase 1. It's just pretty in the Nerf version, and also for the specialist repair party here, you get an extra charge First, you get the extra activation time for 10%, and the repair priority charge increase 1. That's all. All you know is just to increase 10% and then adding 1 extra charge for the repair priority and the differential. But that is the differential part is only for the some of the ship, and not all of them. So here you go. Do not fight for some of the ship. So except the part of the activation of the 10%. That's all. So it's a skill that one can decide is it too much, so they have to nerf it, so they put a 4 point, and then they have to remove the other part of it just to only for the repair priority and different control. That's all. Here it goes. It's just no. Oh no. Well, it's good. It's good. Yeah. It's just not sure if I want to go anymore because the actual repair priority is not bad. That's like 15 to 20% and 20k your XP and hit points right there for your battleship. So yeah, I kind of want it. So what's my ability for battleship? So yeah. Okay, keep going. We got the Concealment Expert right here. Concealment Expert, not Consumable. I keep saying Consumable multiple times in separate ways. So keep going. Concealment Expert. Determine reduce 10%. That's all. All it does is 10% reduce from there for concealment. So it's a good concealment for your battleship. So it means you don't get to take too much, so you don't take too much damage in the beginning again because it's too early spotted. So yeah. So yes, not bad. About how you're gonna play it. So secondary player to might want to take it because so you don't want to take too much damage with this close range. So here it goes. Pretty much. Okay. Last is the for Concealment Expert. Well, not worth it. But I mean, for fun player, think about it, it's kind of worth it. But I don't know. It's just all it does is reduce the chance of setting on fire, and the maximum fire can be set on is now becomes 3 instead of 4. But how much time do you get to 4 maximum? Almost literally 2 weeks per one time, maybe. RNG is side to side, screw you. Here, let's have 4 fire instead of 3. So yeah. Otherwise, this is not a recommend skill. Say it's recommend skill, but it's an RNG skill. Doesn't even matter. It's an RNG skill. Why do I want an RNG that all about the luck? With this skill, right, you can pick anything that's better, like a concealment, or you can go for the emergent expert that don't really need RNG. Like none of those RNG except this thing. This is an RNG skill. Like here, I'm just gonna explain why. Here. We're suddenly causing fire by 10%. Not bad, right? Yeah, it sounds pretty good. So yeah, but guess what? Here, RNG, this is where it dies. Yeah, guess what? That 10% only reduces your enemy fire chance by 10%. I mean, that 10% is the percentage of the enemy ship set on you from fire. Like, enemy example, first, let's say, after the secondary, down like 10% right here. It means if you see the skill saying 10% reduction for your risk setting on fire, that means, oh wait, that secondary cannot set me on fire. That's 10% right there. Well, you're wrong. That's the 10% of your chance of setting fire from that thing. It means that 10% it only reduces 1%. It means that they still have a 9% to set up fire. I mean, it's a confusing skill because it's just kind of hard to explain, but the easy way to explain is that this is an RNG skill. I don't want to say. I don't trust RNG. So, if I think that skill is a solid suit fire and it still gets set on fire, I mean, not good. So, yeah. It tells you that you can mostly don't get on fire pretty easy, but actually you will get on fire easy. So, yeah. By the way, just to explain that is not a 40% reduced. Like like I say, Tsukushima had a 155 mirror with HE type 0. So, yeah. With a 10% fire chance, not all the 10%. That's only 10% of that fire chance. It means that like this setting thing out that 100, that means like 10%. It means that 9% is still triggered. It means that this one still has a 9% of the fire chance on you. It means that's like 1% reduction right there. Well, unless on other shit, unless you're being barrier, that's 40% right there. So yeah, that's like 10% reduction. So that's like 25%, but 28%, so pretty much. That's even for the big caliber that have a chance reduction, there's a fire chance right there. Otherwise, for small one, it might trigger just a little bit, but doesn't matter. That's 10% from that all of them for 10%. Not the completely the part of it. Now, they have to count it from 10% from this one to 10% to 20%, 100%. Then using that 10% to reduce that 100%. Then after that calculation, then you put that thing back to the original chance. Then that's the 9% right there. So do not recommend to take this skill unless you just try to orange and say, okay, my orange is good. So I don't think it's not bad, so I take it. So, well, here's the thing. I don't get any RNG skill right here. I do not trust RNG skill, so if you like RNG skill, go for it. But otherwise, do not pick this thing unless you just like RNG. Otherwise, no RNG skill over here. So, recommend skill over here for the skill 4. Favorites right here, I will say, this is literally the best skill, all of them. Well, I mean, Emergency Tripper is not bad, but the actually is a Nerf version for the skill 3, that's just kind of bad, so, I mean, the Concealment Expert is not bad, actually, it's 10%, so yeah, but I would say, I want more firepower right here, I want more damage. So yeah, I want to help my team taking damage. So here we get focus fire. That's the skill. Fear is the best one for all the Battleship player. Pretty much the best skill. I mean, people hate to get burned, so they use them in trail, but in the opposite, it's better to get burned. Just literally them kill it instead of extra fire, so yeah. I mean, people like to pick the fire permits right here. I have no reason, they don't want to get an extra fire setting, but here's the thing. You never get to 4 fire unless already decide to say, here, let's have a 4 fire on it, and then just scrapping it up, there it goes. 4 dice, yeah. I mean, yeah, and that 10% reduction is not bad, but it's still RNG, you still get 5 instead of fire. Yeah, this is not worth it. Unless the enemy is IFHE build, then yeah, IFHE's build against you is actually is not bad. Actually, this can counter IFHE build. But right now, IFHE build is not worth it because not all the ships carry IFHE. It means this skill is not worth it anymore. So yeah, it still set on fire. Yeah, it still get burned. You do like the make trail. You still gonna set on fire because you're RNG. Here it goes. RNG skill is not good. So yeah, I would just say Fear is the best one. Besides it reduces your fire gen, just like a self burn. You want, and then you can get that actual real booster and the dispersion from enemy ship to make a harder hit at you. So yeah, this is out of all the skills that I say the best one for tier 4. So out of all of them, and this is what we see. Preventations is the best choice that you will have to pick. Gears of gear, you won't need that one. So here it goes for full range, including close range combat. So here it goes, and then. A zero rush, increase your reload speed, pretty much for all of it, and increase your AD damage too. So yeah, but that did not increase the explosion damage, so that's a downside, but that didn't matter. I want that kill damage more effective, so yeah. And then, Beerist in the end, with the skill 4 that are really good. So yeah, that's what the for the Battleship skill explain, mostly explaining it, so yeah. And yeah, I'm mostly gonna do it all Battleship first, and then do a cruiser, and then do a destroyer, and I'm not doing carrier, I am not doing carrier, I am not doing submarine, because I do not play those two, so I am not really know about those 2 skills, so yeah. Otherwise, I'm talking about the 3 ship types that are mostly used. So here it goes. And this will be end of the Battleship Commander Skill explain. And I might do, I don't know when will be the next one be, so I might have to take a break and have to look at all the pro build and all the builds just to build it up because this is my personal build. So my personal different, so we just remember that. So here we go. Each people have their own opinion, so yeah. This is my own opinion on the Battleship Commander Skill explained, so yeah. You might have a little different one, but I have to say, this is mostly the most accurate I can go to. So yeah. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Me, Hidashi, is out of the field, and I'll have a nice day. And be safe right now, and do not go out because the oil price is going too high, so yeah. Oh, have fun. Me, Hidashi is out of the field. Here goes. Have fun. Yeah.